Hello, this is Charlotte from Yarns About Yarn. The tutorial that I'm going to do today is how to make these, what I call yarn eyes. They're made from tying knots into yarns and then sewing the yarn on. I use this technique frequently for a lot of different things, and I've used it specifically on this pattern, which is the Bunny Buns Baby Blanket. So let's get started. I'm going to use a length of yarn which is about 10 centimeters long, and what you do is you make a knot. So just like you're going to tie a knot, but instead of pulling it tight, you're going to wrap it a few more times, and this time I've wrapped it 5. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you're going to pull it tight, and you'll see that it forms into a little bit of a knot here. So the tighter you pull it, the smaller the knot will become. So I don't like to pull it too tight because you want to have a little bit of a bump here that gives you your eye effect. So I'm going to sew this onto this particular project. And on this project, I wanted the blanket to be reversible. There's the square. This is a granny square with a bunny motif in the middle. It has the bobble on the end and the ears here. So I didn't want the eyes to show through. So it's just a matter of picking up some of the yarn and not going all the way through. We're going to sew in this area where that little stitch has been made, because that's going to hide it better. If we do it where this hole is, the black's going to show through. So we're going to go through and we're going to pick up just the top loops of that stitch, and as you see, it's not showing through on the back at all. And we're going to pull our yarn through, and there's our eye. I'm going to tie 2 knots and just adjust my knot a little better, so that a little tighter, so that the eyes match up a bit better. Tie 2 knots here and tie them quite tight. And then you're going to sew those tails through the eye and then cut them off. So right through the eye. And it can be a little hard depending on how tight your knot is, but you just have to wiggle it and it'll get through. Come on. There we go. And because you've knotted it, you can cut your thread really close to the eye. It's not going to unravel. And do the second one. You're going to go right through, just through the eye. I'm just threading that through the eye. It's not going through on the back at all. Through the eye. Wiggle to get it through. There we go. And once again, just cut it off really close to the eye. Oh, I could have trimmed that one a little closer. There we go. And there's your 2 eyes. I've also used the same technique on this little hand puppet, but I wanted the eye to be bigger. So what I've done here is I've used 2 strands of yarn and done the same thing, knotted it through 5 times. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, pull it tight, and I wanted the eye to be a little bigger on this guy. And this time you can just pull it through to the back side and knot it inside. You don't have to sew it through. You can just knot it on the back side here and cut your tails off. Do a couple of knots and it'll secure it in place. If you found this tutorial about how to make yarn eyes helpful, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, peace and blue skies.